Believe it or not, I have done this video already before, and stuff happened. Lots and lots of stuff happened. First of all, the first video wasn't that great. My table was squeaking. But I went through with it anyway and tried not to touch it. As you can see, now I'm touching it, and no squeaks as far as I'm aware. So that's an improvement. And I'm doing this video on postcards. As you can see, I have a postcard. So I'm just going to take it out of the plastic while I tell you what happened. I had bought a new computer in November, and it was fabulous. It was so fabulous. Until today, when I was editing this prior version that I had made of this postcards video for you. And it went black. And I thought maybe I hadn't plugged it in. But no, it would turn on, but the screen never came back on again. And I was so sad. But I went to Best Buy because I'm in Canada, so Best Buy it was. And I was so lucky because they had extended holiday warranty. And I was 2 days away from not being able to return it. Can you believe that? This is like horseshoe up the butt kind of lucky. So thank you, Best Buy. Thank you. I really wish that you would make your very expensive items returnable for up to 90 days. But we'll talk about that in the future, okay? However, you worked out for me today, and I am grateful. So my mom, she sells vintage items, and she has a store. And when I go to show vintage items, I will link her store in the description, because it's only fair because I'm using her items. Now, I'm showing postcards, and I'm not sure that she's been doing postcards yet, but she has so many of them. She has so much stuff. I could probably do videos for years, literally. I'm not even kidding. And she sells all kinds of things. So if you're ever interested, or you see something in a video and you're like, I want that, you can always check her store. And if it's not in the store, you can't find it, ask her about it and show her the video. You can always message her. She loves her customers. But anyway, you do not ever have to purchase. This is just for fun. Okay? Okay. So we have postcards. She's been busy with other things, so these are not up in her store yet. But here we have this cute postcard of a puppy with goldfish in a bowl, which is weird, right? Like, this one strikes me as weird. Let's go into a whispering tone, because the first video I did whispers, so I'm gonna go into a whisper for a bit, okay? So, this postcard is really, really old. Really, really old. In fact, if we turn this around and we look here, we can see that the stamp put on top of the actual halfpenny stamp, which is British, obviously. It says July 1913. It's actually from 1913. So this postcard that I have in my hands currently is over 100 years old. And to me, that blows my mind, because most humans do not make it to 100 years old. And yet, here we have this postcard. So, I'm thinking this means it's around Victorian times or close to it. It's either Victorian or Edwardian. I'm not good with the whole year thing. His paw's a little funny. It's like curved a little, but it's still cute. But it's just really strange that this dog is looking in a goldfish bowl, which to me, it would be a cat. Miss K. Edwards. She was the receiver of this postcard in Guernsey. And the postcard says, "How is the mackerel getting on? Not dead yet." Which is a little dark, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, and I've switched back into talking. I'm sorry. Okay, I need to focus. It's been a heck of a day. A heck of a day. But anyway, here's our first postcard. Now, I'm going to put it back in its sleeve. I've washed my hands and dried them very well before touching them, so I don't, add any oils or anything, so I can take them out and we don't have to see the shine of the plastic. However, there is one that I won't be taking out of plastic today. We'll just try to get as good a look at it as possible. Actually, I'll show that one next. Just a second here. And this one is a cat playing a fiddle and kittens dancing. And it says hopefully it's focusing okay. It says all promenade, copyright. Oh, I gotta bring it to my eyeballs to see this. It's really tiny. Copyright 1882 by Geo M. Hayes. I think that's what it says, but it is definitely 1882. So it looks like a little comic almost, because this one's not actually a postcard as far as I can tell. Maybe it was at one point, maybe it was attached, because if you look at the back, I can't tell if it's focusing. Maybe not. That was my wrist that just cracked. I'm old. Okay. Yeah. It may have been attached to something else and was removed eventually. Maybe because in Victorian times, like they made these scrapbooks with their cards that they received, and they glued them in somehow or taped them. I'm not 100. I think it was a glue. And if you're lucky enough to get your hands on some of these scrapbooks, for those of you that don't know much about like antique items, they're really sought after. People will pay a good amount of money for them. And some people deconstruct them over time and remove some of the pieces, and that's what could have happened with this one. I don't know. And my mother wouldn't know, because when she buys this stuff, she usually buys it in bulk. Very rarely for paper would she know the intricate details of the item. Sometimes she can get a lot of information, but not always. So this is what we're seeing today. All promenade. Really cute, right? There we go. So now we're going to move on to a birthday wish one. Let's take it out of its plastic. Birthday wishes. Smile and smile until there's yards of smiles at every mile. Another smile until there's miles of smiles, and every care's beguiled because you smiled and smiled. You know how there's that thing these days where not telling women to smile is like kind of a big thing. Well, there's a long-standing smile pushiness in our culture. Yeah, so there we go. There's that one, and I think this is from someone from Mrs. Edwards again, but they wrote this part upside down, and I can't always read it, so I'm gonna do my best. Okay. Many happy returns of your birthday. Hope you are growing younger in your youth. Keep really funny because I do have another one to show you. Now, when I made the first video, I was not aware on the details of said imagery. So I'm going to pull it out now. It looks very much like this, but it is different. And oh, I guess before I put this one away, again, this one was BB London series, printed in Germany. So it's actually printed in Germany, but it was sent to somebody in, well, she was in Guernsey from the other one, so that was the UK. And it made it all the way to Canada somehow. Okay, so that's that one. And here's another one. It looks almost the exact same, right? Let's take it out of its sleeve. A hearty greeting. Smile and be always merry and bright. If things go wrong, they will soon come right. So keep good hope in your line of sight and face the music with all your might. Smile and be always merry and bright. This one, I feel like this is really heavily pushed at me today. It's a sign, because I had to go and do that computer stuff, and then I found out they didn't have the same model, so I had to spend forever trying to get a good deal with the same speed so I could use the computer for what I want to use it for. I don't just use it for video editing, I do graphics. So yeah. So to my darling mama from your two daughters, Dorothy and Kathleen, love and XXXX. That's cute. And this one, the stamp says 1915. Wow. Now, you may have noticed something that I have not pointed out yet, but here we go. And when I first made the first recording, I wasn't sure if I was going to edit this out completely or not, because I did not want any kind of Nazi iconography in my videos. Although it is a piece of history, I am very much against their ideology. And when you're somebody who deals with vintage items or antique items, and you tend to buy in bulk a lot, you can very easily get items that would not be considered appropriate to today's standards, right? But in between the last video and this video, I looked up the symbology of what most of us would call a swastika. And if you didn't know, this symbol is not actually Nazi imagery. Silly me. So let's talk about that. If you did not know, the Nazi imagery of the swastika is actually supposed to be different. So this is actually a symbol that was used for well wishes, and is used in Hindu religions, Buddhism, and other areas. This is not a symbol that is just solely Nazi symbol. Unfortunately, they decided to take over that iconography from people that they would not have accepted into their group, the Nazis. So yeah, they stole it. They did not really come up with it. What they did is, instead of having, if you see here, it's like this, right? Sorry, you can't really see my finger very well. So it's like a plus sign in the middle, right? So they turned it into an X in the middle, and typically that's how you would see the difference. Is that the X is actually the Nazi symbol, and the plus is the old religious iconography Christ and other ones are usually in gold, and that's what this one is. But I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it. I had thought it was perhaps not Nazi because I didn't have that information before. And because when you go here, it said printed in Germany, so I was like, oh, hell's bells, right? And then I was like, I don't know, because this is postmarked 1915. That's long before, well, not long before, but it was before the Second World War, right? And it turns out that the Nazi Party in Germany did not institute the swastika until 1920. So this symbol was brought to Germany by somebody who had, okay, here's his story. His name was Heinrich Schliemann, and he was German, and he was obsessed with Homer's Iliad, the book. And in the Iliad, they talk about Troy, and it is an ancient city of Troy, and he believed that it really existed, but other people at the time did not believe that it was real. He really, 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 really believed it, and he went searching for it. And he was very wealthy because he was a German businessman who made his fortune in raw materials that were used for weaponry. So yeah, he was very rich. So he could go, and he went to Ithaca, Greece, and his goal was actually to find the city of Troy, like the ancient ruins of Troy. Technically, he did, and during this archaeology expedition, he found this symbol. Now, I don't know if he was the only one who had ever found it, but he found it and brought it and showed it to the Germans, and German people loved this symbol. They took it on, and the original symbol, I have to look on my computer screen for a second here. So he found the city of Troy and this symbol on the Aegean coast of Turkey. And he found the symbol on shards of pottery and sculptures. They're also called spindle whorls. Spindle whorls. The last part is WHORLS. Also known as swastikas, spindle whorls. And he would end up seeing this symbol everywhere. And because he found the city of Troy, he became very famous. And then, he found that symbol, and the symbol became more prominent in Germany in particular. And it was actually supposed to be a symbol of good fortune. That's what the original meaning is. It was often even used to wish fertility on people and things like that. And then it was tied to Germany's nationalism eventually. And in 1920, Adolf Hitler turned it and made it black, turned it and made it into a symbol of hate, basically. He made it into something it never was. He stole it, and he just ruined its significance. And so today, when we see this, most of us, especially in North America, would think, oh no, swastika, right? And swastika is, Nazi German. But no. This one was before the Nazis adopted it. And 1915. So you can see 1915. It's right down underneath the, hopefully you can see it okay. Anyway, I finally figured it out. bigotry, Nazi, white nationalism, and, hate groups. I'm very much against it. However, history. We also cannot forget history, because if we forget history, we are doomed to repeat it. We're already doomed to, some of us are doomed to repeat it regardless, because they don't want to believe half the things that are true. So, there you have it. Okay, so hopefully you found that interesting, and if you see it in the future, maybe you'll remember this video. I hope you do. Oh, I just hit my head right on the microphone. That was great. Okay, so this is our next one. A birthday wish. I wish that on this natal day, content and joy your heart make gay. Definitely old wording. Natal day is birthday, literally, but we don't say it that way here. Not in Canada, anyway. I don't know if any other countries do. Dear Kathleen, I hope you will like this. I don't know what that means, and hope you will be a great. Oh, I think it's PC for postcard. I didn't know that the last time I recorded. I hope you will like this postcard and hope you will be a great help. Now you're getting a big girl. No more mama and baby. Now with love from your cousin, Amy and Urban. Love to Mama and Dorothy. See you tonight. That's cute. I like this one. I like the little basket with the flowers in it. I'm not sure what flower that is, but it's very pretty. Sorry, there's some traffic going by and I'm going to have to cut it out, so if you see things jump, that is why. My apologies. So let's move on to the next one. Birthday greetings. Joys around your birthday, centered with their merriest welcome, greet you, and the year that you have entered, day by day, those joys repeat you. Again, wording we would not use today. Very interesting one. This one, 1912. There we go. Dear Aunt, I am writing a few lines wishing you a happy birthday. I hope you will see many more from whatever those initials are. Kiss me quick. XXXXX. That's cute. So 110-ish to 111-ish years ago, somebody wrote this postcard to their aunt. It's very nice. This one's it's shiny. The other ones weren't so shiny. I had talked about this in the video I tried to do before, but I've noticed there's one group that I'm in on Facebook, and there happens to be a lot of people from the UK, and often when they're saying something that might come across as not nice, but they don't want it to come across that way, they end their message, like when they're commenting on things, with an X. Nowhere else have I seen people do that, and I was very confused why some of the people were doing that, and then I figured it out because I looked it up. So apparently the kisses, and it's not XO, it's never XO, it's X, and sometimes it's multiple X's, but it's at least one X, and it's meant to show goodwill and not trying to be hateful, and they still are doing it in the commenting on Facebook. But see, this would have been sent in London, because it was part of the published by Wilton Gray London, but printed in Bavaria. This one, pretty card. Yeah, it's funny, some traditions change slightly and our methods of contact change slightly, but the kissing has not changed, and some people in other countries will kiss, but not usually in comments on Facebook. On cards, yes, but I don't usually see things on Facebook unless it's like somebody you know very closely for other countries. Like, I might do it if it was somebody that I'm close to, but not a stranger. In case you're from the UK and see this video, that's what I mean. wish that we sent postcards. So I ordered some prints of some postcards, and I might send them to some families and friends. We'll see. To wish you joy and happiness. Congratulations. A simple greeting from my heart to you. A happy birthday wish, both fond and true. Oh, that's a cute one. I like these. Now see, I think these were printed. The flower types are from England, so I'm not good with flowers names anyway, so I'm not sure that I would have ever seen this flower before. To dear Aunt Lizette, with love from Lizette and Daisy, hoping you will see many more. And that's 1915. I guess they share a name. That's really cute. It's a cute card. And I think, from what I understand, postcards were very popular. And it was after the printing press or something like that made it easier to reproduce these. And because they were only one page, they were more economic to send in the mail. So that's why postcards are used a lot. Today's text messages. But I don't know. You know, my Nana, she said it's always nice to get something in the mail. She believed that, and I remember she sent me one to my first solo apartment. She's passed away about 5.5 years ago now, and I miss her every day, but I'll never forget that. I think I still have that card too in storage somewhere. And she, you know what, she's right. At the time I thought, yeah, this is kind of strange, because the only time most of the time when I get cards, it's in person. Not in the mail, and not for no reason. Usually it's for my birthday. Yeah, even people in my age range, I don't know about you and your friends, but in my group, we don't even send Christmas cards, and that's kind of sad. I think I need to step up my game and send some out. Okay, so remember how we had 2 smile cards, like this one and another one, and how I was saying, it's just so weird that they're so, heavily on smiles. Well, I know why. The reason why is because this is how they took pictures. Look at this. Do you know how many photos like this I came across with people who did not smile whatsoever? They look absolutely miserable. So maybe that's why. Look at how bad. I mean, she doesn't look terrible, but she looks angry. So I think I started to understand that smiling bit a little bit more. And this one, I don't think it was actually ever posted. It's a picture postcard. And I have no idea where or who it is. But yeah, there's a lot that have the same kind of unhappy expressions. Let's move on, shall we? So I showed this one last time, and this one I find strange because there's sparkles on it, but the sparkle placement is strange, like tree trunks, the outlines of the house, and the bridge. It's just a weird place to put sparkles, I feel. So, my dear gold girl, I hope you will like this postcard to wish you many happy returns of the day. Hoping to see you soon, with love from whatever that name is. Again, this one was printed in Germany. Somebody kept so many of her cards. And they lasted this long, and it's just mind-blowing. Okay, let's look at this one. guessing, and water. I find that these old postcards and drawings and stuff, sometimes the compositions are very strange. I've seen a lot because one of my small businesses I do is I take old graphics that are no longer under any kind of copyright because they're so old, and if they've been digitized but they're not in great shape, or maybe there's like marks all over or whatever, I fix them up, and I can sometimes, not all the time, make them larger and then remove all the backgrounds so that they're transparent and they can be printed on top of whatever, usually in black and white. So that's one of the things that I do, and yeah, the images I come across with that, mind-blowing. The strange things. I wonder if like someday I should figure out how to make like kind of like a slideshow. I don't know, that's kind of boring though, so I find it's more interesting if you have it in person like this when I'm holding and touching. It's a little bit more engaging, I think. But there are a lot of really cool things, so I don't know, I'm torn. Happy birthday. Oh, that's really cute. Really, really cute. Dear Mother, just a few lines to tell you that Mildred asked me, was I going to have my dinner to school tomorrow? To Mother from her younger daughter, Kids. That's so cute. That's adorable. It's on her birthday and she's telling about her friend wanting her to have dinner at school or something. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Well, you know what? I think that's enough for tonight. I will save some of the others and do this another time with different ones. I've got so many things to look at. I have old pictures, I have old postcards, I have old papers, all kinds of things that I can look at. Anyway, thank you so much for staying, and don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know if you want to send a comment, if you'd like to see more of this. I would be really happy to hear from you. Yeah, and if you like this style where I'm like touching things and showing you things. Alright, thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye. You have been watching ASMR Sleep. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all future content. Thank you for watching. See you next time.